Hey guys, this is Techo Freak here, and welcome to episode 6 of my Let's CS custom story creation tutorial. Wow, 6 episodes, and I mean, it's been out for a while. I could upload more videos. So in this episode, we're going to talk about notes. So in this episode, we're going to go ahead and get started over here in this folder with the maps. So everything should look the same to you at the moment. If you go into maps, you should see everything, but you should notice there's a new folder from the last time. Well, what could this be? Well, I'm going to be uploading this very same folder as we progress through every episode, and I'm going to have the link down below for you to download it, so you can download it and look, and you can see this folder called templates, and you can see all the progress that we've done throughout the tutorial. And since I'm planning on keeping the tutorial live for a little while, you know, there's going to be plenty of downloads for you guys to try out. There's going to be episode 6, and everything after, there's going to be a download 4. So, yeah, so let me explain what the templates is. So, I try to help you guys based on every episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing notes. So, right off the bat here, I put in, some code that you guys need to know for what's going to be coming up. Although you guys should already have this if you downloaded my template. If you didn't and you just want to know how to do the note stuff, well, here it is, and you guys could probably pause the video to copy what's here, or you could just wait until I actually start modifying it so you guys can see exactly how it should look. So here we are at episode 6, and we have these weird writing styles. Let me turn it off because you guys shouldn't be able to see it like that. I don't think I can turn it off. See, how would I remove it? User defined? Yeah. So, this is how it should look for you guys, and just this all black text. But since we're writing in the C, in the C language, C++, the Notepad++ allows us to do some cool stuff and select what type of language you're gonna code in, and it'll automatically configure it so that you guys can read it a little bit nicer and a little bit, you know, more organized. So let's just run down what these dashes mean and everything. So when you have two of these slashes before a phrase, it will not include it in the code. So let's say you had to copy this and toss it in some random location in one of the other places. Well, guess what? Nothing would happen because these two slashes are telling the program that, oh, do not include this. This is not meant for you, and this is just for my use. So just ignore this and pass by until it gets to the code that it can read, which would be this. So it pass all of this green stuff down here, which is why I like to use the C++. It allows you to see some of the other stuff, and also any of these other C languages will work because they're very closely related. So this one and this one would be the same if you were to change them. And yeah, so green identifies things are not going to be included, and they probably use green because it's a bit more of an eye-catchy color and a very colorful color, and it'll catch your eye the moment that you start looking through your code, so that you can see what that part of code is or whatever. In this case, I wrote from episode 6, so this is for episode 6, and it says for the extra English.lang file. So this would go in that file that I just described, because notes require this other file called the extra English.lang, which is by the name you can kind of tell what it might be about, which is where you keep all your text for like keys, notes, messages, death hints, and all that kind of stuff. And that's where you're going to put all of your main text. Some other stuff, you know, you'll probably do by code. So let's go ahead and get started on working on this. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back one more time, and in the root of the custom story folder, you will see the extra English lang file. So it's an extra English.lang file. So let's go ahead and open that guy up. As you can see, it looks all like this color, and I'm going to just change it to C++, and boom, we got some cooler looking stuff here. So here we go. This extra English.lang file by the .lang, you can already tell kind of what it is. It's a language file, and right off the bat you can see language and language over here. When it doesn't have anything inside, it's just open bracket, close bracket. Well, not bracket. I'm not even sure what those are called. Probably look it up and let you guys know next episode. But when its language is plain old the word, that means you're opening a new context. And then when you put the slash down here, it's where it ends. So when you have the slash, that's where it ends. So it starts here and it ends here with this slash. And you'll notice this for a lot of other things. For example, entry name, open, and entry name, and then you see this slash saying that's going to terminate it here at this point. So yeah, so that's how basic language file starts, just language and language. So let's say we weren't to have any of this. That's all we need to start filling out information in here. But we're going to back this up and we're going to leave it with the default stuff that I already had customized in here. So as you can see down here, exactly the way it was in this one is how it is in here. The only difference is for you guys, you might have a little something different because I accidentally made a mistake. I put in note subname or something like that for here, but it's actually not the note subname that we're looking for. It's actually the note text 01, which will make sense in a couple. So I don't think it matters to you. You can just leave it there because you're gonna end up erasing it anyways. So don't worry too much about it. So here's the entry that we're going to modify, and also if things don't make sense, don't worry, just watch to the end and I'm sure that things will start making sense. So we're going to ignore the other ones for now, because this is for keys, this is for messages. This one I reviewed with you guys. This is for the description when you actually about to start the map, and it will tell you the description of the map and what your map's all about. Here where it says category name, journal, you're opening a new category. The name is journal. Some of the things you can be leading with the name. For example, message 2, there's little parentheses and quotation marks, my bad. There's a little quotation marks, and inside of it is the name of the category name that you want. In this case, it's called message 2, but I could also put message 3, message 4, message 5, or I don't even have to use message. I could also just do like a note to self or whatever kind of name you want. But for the category name, it's defined on their website that you cannot use anything else but journal if you're going to put in journal entries, for example, notes. So unlike the others, we can be lenient with the name for journal because it's just defined as journal, so it will have to be journal by default. Next, you're opening a new entry name and you're closing it over here with that slash once again. This stays here. It's just note underscore, and then here we're going to change this based on what the note is in our map, which we will get to in a bit. And then it's telling you underscore name. So it's telling you the note whatever name. And it's telling you that's what it's gonna, the name of it, it's gonna be what's in here, in this entry. So, we're gonna fill that out in a second. First, let's finish going through this. And, again, another new entry name. And this is gonna be the note text whatever, or whatever your name is going to be, underscore text is this entry in here, which is the note contents. So the contents of the note will be the text of the note. So whatever is going to say in the note is what's going to be in the actual note. And then the title of the note, which is going to be the title of the note. And yeah, that's about it for reviewing through this journal stuff. Now we're going to actually put in a note in the game and fill out the information we need so we can actually get to getting a working note. So let's go ahead and what I like to do when I'm doing both at once, I like to pin this guy to the right side of my screen. You guys shouldn't have this feature if you're using anything before Windows 7. Possibly Vista might work. I'm not sure on Vista though. Here we go. So we're just gonna put a note somewhere. I'm thinking maybe right on top of this desk over here. this desk over here seems like a very good place to put it down. So let's go ahead and go to entities, because the note is something that a player would interact with and he can actually grab and look at. So we would go into entities, and then we would hit the down arrow and we'll look through. And items are usually things that the player can pick up. Well, most of the things that the players can pick up are found in items, but there are other exceptions that you can find in here. So it's not always the only thing. So in items here, we can find things like keys, we can find notes, we can find like chemical jars, and things that you can actually grab. So we're gonna go down until we hit the ends, and right there we see note generic, note letter, note manual, note paper 01, and note scroll. It doesn't matter which one you use, they should all work. So you can go ahead and have fun and pick whatever model you want the paper to look like. I'm just going to go with the generic note, and I want to put it on the table, so I'm going to go with create on surface. I'm going to go ahead and tilt this guy, create it on the surface. And now I want to lift it up a little bit because it's kind of merging with the table. So I'm going to disable grip snapping and just slightly bring it up. Take a look at that. That looks good to me. Let's go ahead and toggle grid snapping again. Make sure the paper looks good. Alright, so now we can click on the note. We're given some options. Of course, these are just its position and the type of file that you're using, the type of entity. And then we have a name, and if it's active. So we're going to leave it active, and the name is going to be changed in a sec by us. But first, let's go into entity and look at two things that we want to really get to do. So these are some default options which you can see in most other items, but we're looking at some that are just pertaining to notes mainly, and those are open note in journal, use narration, and right here where it says note text. So open note in journal is the moment that you grab the paper, would it open in your journal? So you get to check this box based on that. So if you wanted to open up immediately afterwards, you can check this. If not, then you can just uncheck it, and then the player would have to hit, I believe, N to open up their journal and look through their notes. And using narration, the note will have a narration with an actual voice that you recorded when the moment he picks it up. But we won't be getting into that today. We'll be possibly we'll get to that a bit later. First, I want to get the basics out the way. Then maybe we can start getting a bit more advanced with the stuff. So yeah. So let's go ahead and continue. Other than that, I think the only two other boxes we need to worry about is note text, at least for this episode. Note text and the name. So these two will be different things. Note text and name do not have to be the same. The name of the note will be the note in be the name of the note in the map. And also, if you were to use it in one of your script files, which we will get to pretty soon, actually, next episode it should be, you would use this name for the script file. And for this one, the note text is what we would use. The name here is what the name in here is what we would use in here in the extra English.lang file. But in my opinion, it gets a little confusing to have two different names, one for the other one, two separate places. So when I'm looking for this note in the script and I need to see what the contents of the note is, and I come over here and it's not named this exact same thing, it gets a little annoying. And can you keep the same name? Well, like I said, you can. You can have the same name for both, and it will not have any effect. And I think that's the best way to start, unless you want to get really specific and really organized with it. But in my opinion, having the same name for both of them will work, because in the script, guess what? It's the same name here or there. So you don't have to remember which one you have to use if you name them both exactly the same thing. So if you name them exactly the same thing, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and use any of the names, because they're both the same. So I'm going to go ahead and write note 01 for the name, and I'm going to hit enter to make it register the name. Then I'm going to hit note 01 and hit enter one more time. So at that, we can go ahead and save our map Remember, you can always hit Control S to save your map. So now I'm going to scroll on to this one, and I think that's about it for the level editor. If we head back over here, we can start editing this stuff here in the journal. So now the note and underscore stay the same, and the underscore and name stay the same. So we don't have to worry about that, and that's the same case over here and over here. The things I put in asterisks are things that I included, so you guys can know what goes in there. So it doesn't. Those are my additions. For example, over here I did the same thing, and over here I did the same thing. So let's go ahead and edit this guy. So we're gonna go ahead and erase just so that our cursor is between the two underscores, and the name is gonna be the name that we have in game. So we have Note01, Note01, and remember that this Note01 does not come from here. It comes from this one down here. But since they're both named the same, we don't even have to worry about making sure, because they're both named exactly the same thing. Which is one of the reasons why I enjoy naming them both the exact same things. Let's go over and let's do it to the next one. So we're going to do Note01. There we go. Now the extra English.lang file can read Note01 that is somewhere located on the map, and this will actually be what would show up if we were to start the map. But obviously we don't want this to show up, so we're going to edit this. Let's go ahead and write something for the title. I'm thinking something like Wake Up Note. No, not Wake Up Note, just Wake Up. And in the contents, maybe like when you wake up, head over to my room. And then that's pretty much all I want the note to say. But you can always make this a lot longer, just like this one is, except that's not a note, that's the description. But you can also make it a lot longer. If it's really long to the point that it needs 2 pages, it would just give an option to the player to have an arrow at the bottom right, so to click next to read the rest of the note. So it doesn't matter if you put too much text. And the reason why I also did use this, like wake up, when you wake up, head over to my room, I want to add a quest, or also those hints that you would see. I like to use them for hints and reminders, so they can go ahead and open up and see their hints, and the hints would tell them, oh, the note said that I should head over to this person's room. And I want to show you guys how to do quests. But first, we need to get some other stuff out the way. But I'm just setting up for we can do a quest pretty soon. It's gonna have to be after the keys and after we learn some script area stuff. So that's what's coming. I'll tell you guys about that at the end of the video. So let's continue with this. Let's go ahead and save this file here. And that's really all there is to it, to making the note work. As long as you have those elements, you can hurry up and start your map. Let's go ahead and minimize and close this out. Let's go ahead and copy the custom stories folder, open our stuff, and go ahead and drop it in our folder. So let's delete this old version and put the new one that we want. So now that the custom story is in there and everything seems pretty good, everything seems to be set properly. So now we can actually start up our map. So give me a second while I go into Amnesia. Alright guys, here we are back at the Amnesia main page. We're gonna go to custom stories and we're gonna find the Wake. Hit OK. And as you can see, we have the Wake by Tackle Freak, and then the description that we were talking about. And yeah, I believe I ran through this last time, so let's just go ahead and start our map. Alright, so here we are in our map. Everything's looking good. I can already see your note. So I believe we ran through this, just checking out what we did and what we made and everything. So now we're going to go over and head to our note and click on it. And look, we have our text. We have wake up. So that was the title of the note, wake up. This is when you wake up, head over to my room. And that's all there is to the note. So if you hit N and you go here, you can see all your notes. And if you hit the down arrow, you can probably look through all your notes. Mementos. Oh, the mementos are the quests called mementos, though, which are hints. So we will get into that sometime soon too. And over here, we're when you wake up, you head over to my room. But when you keep writing more, it will start pushing this guy up and up and up and up till it gets up to here and up to down here, and then that's when it would actually move forward. So that's how the notes would work. So they're always centered. They're always centered in the middle, but as you write more, everything starts moving up. So you don't have to worry too much about that. And yeah, that's about it for the notes, guys. I hope this isn't too long of an episode. Next we start keys, which is a bit tougher. So make sure you guys are ready for next episode. And in next episode, we're going to do the keys and everything. But also as plans for future episodes, next is keys. After that, we're gonna do script areas and script areas are the fundamental elements for most of the stuff in Amnesia. So after script areas, we can actually start doing some creative stuff, like possibly making a corpse fly out of this when you step in front of it, or now we can also start making monster spawns, doing jump scare stuff like that. And yeah, we can start getting into some scripting commands and stuff like that, and start reviewing as much as we can until you guys learn all the scripts and I have nothing else to show you guys. That's the plan, and that's how I hope to have everything. So yeah, if you watch this far, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, comment, and also subscribe. All the views and all the comments really help to let me know if I should keep this series going or if I should just stop and give up. So, you know, let me know, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next episode. Bye.